Hey everyone! So, guess what? GPT-5 is finally here, and we've been diving into some testing. Honestly, it's blowing our minds. It's not just a bit smarter or quicker, it feels like a whole new level of collaboration. We're super excited to share what could be the biggest breakthrough in AI so far. Let's kick things off with a biggie: coding. We're not going to touch a single line of code ourselves. Just watch. Before it starts writing, it's like you can see it thinking through the problem. It breaks everything down, like figuring out the HTML for a form, the CSS for styling, JavaScript for submissions, the Python server, and even the database setup. This planning stage is what really sets it apart from older versions. And now, check it out. It's generating the complete file structure along with all the code, including the database setup script. It's not just throwing out text, it's constructing a fully functional project from scratch. Now that we've seen its coding skills, let's throw it a more complex challenge. We're going to ask it to create a complete interactive website. This is a huge request that involves coding, game design, user interface design, and even sourcing audio. And guess what? GPT-5 has whipped up the entire code. Let's take a look. Wow, it's a fully functional web app with a clean design and a dashboard that tracks progress. But the coolest part? The game. Did you see how it built the entire game logic inside an HTML canvas? It runs smoothly, and every time the mouse catches the cheese, you hear a clear voice saying a French word. It didn't just write code, it brought a creative vision to life with interconnected components. It totally understood the prompt's intent. This level of project-based creation is something we haven't seen before. From a simple web game to an entire 3D world, let's see if GPT-5 can tackle professional-grade game development. We've got a pretty elaborate prompt to really test its limits. This is a huge task that would typically take a team of developers and artists weeks to complete. Let's see what happens. Oh, we hit a snag with some errors. The first one was a reference error. Let's give it another shot. This time, we got a different error, a type error. We're not developers, so we just asked GPT-5 to fix it. Unfortunately, it couldn't. That's a surprise. We tried the exact same prompt from OpenAI's promotional video, so if they could make it work and we can't, something's off. Does that mean their demo was a bit fabricated? Now, let's shift gears and check out its media generation skills. First up, we asked for a photorealistic image of a vintage library on Mars, with red dust on the bookshelves visible through a big domed window. The result? Absolutely stunning. But we're not just stopping at generating images, we're going to edit them through conversation. Let's say, "I love this, but can you add a small curious robot tidying up one of the shelves?" And just like that, it's integrated perfectly. Now, let's make the lighting warmer, like a Martian sunset. Did you see how the shadows and highlights changed realistically? This turns the creative process into a fun back and forth. Finally, let's test its understanding across different formats. We'll ask it to write a 30-second voiceover script for a documentary about this scene, focusing on the theme of knowledge persist. Now, while creative tasks are exciting, the real question is how this tech can boost professional productivity. Let's take a look at a business use case. We gave GPT-5 access to a large anonymized sales data set for a fictional company. Our prompt? To analyze it. And wow, it generated a slick dashboard that looks like something you'd find in Power BI or Looker. It's clean, professional, and all the key metrics are right there. But here's the real magic. We can ask questions in plain English. For example, what caused the sales dip in Europe last quarter? And just like that, the dashboard dynamically highlights the relevant data, showing that a drop in a specific product category was the main reason. It even gives a text summary of its findings. This makes data analysis as easy as chatting with a friend. One of the most exciting applications of this technology is in science and research. We set up a scenario for a medical researcher by uploading thousands of research papers, clinical trial data, and anonymized genomic datasets. Then we asked a question that would usually take ages to investigate. What you're seeing now is the output. GPT-5 didn't just summarize the data, it synthesized knowledge from all those sources and generated 3 scientifically plausible hypotheses. Plus, each statement is linked directly to the specific sentences in the research papers or data points from the clinical trials it used. Now, here's a quick note. While GPT-5 is available on the free plan, there are some limitations. You won't have full access to media generation, complex task completion, and deep research features with GPT-5. That said, this marks a huge shift from just being a tool to becoming a true creative and professional partner. By bringing everything together and operating at conversational speed, it's making creation accessible on